Hello, welcome everyone. My name's Snarker, and yeah, this video has been an absolutely long time coming. You guys have requested it, so here it is. I hope you guys are smashing 2021. As we all know, last year 2020 was an absolutely crazy ripper of a year, so hopefully this year is a little bit better. And today we're going to be talking e-commerce. A lot of you guys have been asking me on Instagram, what do I do? How did I start with e-commerce? How it all works? So today's video will hopefully help you guys get a better understanding of how e-commerce works, what type of e-commerce I do, and the steps that I took to get where I am today. So hopefully this video is interesting for you guys, and yeah, we'll catch you on the other side. So before we get started, guys, a quick disclaimer. With e-commerce, with anything online, you do not have to quit your job. You don't have to quit your studies. You don't have to quit anything you're doing. You can still do this hustle on the side, hence side hustle, and still be able to make money online. So a lot of people, when they think about e-commerce, they think, oh shit, I don't have the time. Trust me, you have time. Check your screen time, and you know what I'm talking about. I also wanted to start off with this quote from the founder and owner of Alibaba. He's worth a couple $1 billion. And it basically goes with what I'm saying is you don't have to be perfect at everything. If you sort of develop your skills in this field and develop your skills in that field, you can sort of help and self-improve yourself and be able to, work full-time, have a uni degree, and still make money online as a side hustle. So without further ado, guys, let's get started. So there are a lot of words and terms that are thrown around when e-commerce gets brought up, but it's pretty simple. E-commerce just means selling goods and services or trading transactions that happen online. So that's a real simple meaning of e-commerce, and there's common terms that usually are popped up when someone mentions e-commerce, and these include dropshipping, Amazon FBA, Shopify dropshipping, affiliate marketing, and free courses and webinars and things like that. So today we're going to be going through the main one, which is what I do, which is Shopify dropshipping, but all these other ones are a great way to make money online, and e-commerce is not just one thing. You could definitely expand into all these different things. So what do? I do a form of e-commerce called dropshipping at the moment. Eventually I do want to transition into making my own brand, my own private label, and that's a different type of e-commerce. But dropshipping is pretty simple. It can be explained in these 4 simple steps. So basically, a customer comes to your store that you make either through Shopify or through Wix or through a web designing platform. They make the order, then this order is then synced to your supplier, whether he or her be in China, the USA, Australia, Canada, and then they basically ship that item straight to your customer without you having to touch inventory, smell the inventory, or even see what it looks like. Obviously, it's best to do your due diligence to make sure this is a good, high quality product that your customers are getting, but it's basically, that's the process. It's pretty simple. And obviously, let's say you source a product for $10 in China and you sell it for $50. That difference of $40 you get to keep in your pocket. Obviously, supply takes a little bit. Facebook ads or whatever you're using to advertise takes a little bit, but that's really simple, and that's how dropshipping works. So I just wanted to post my results here. This is not a flex, guys. Calm down. I'm not trying to flex on anyone. This is just me showing that, going through these videos, I've walked the walk and I've talked the talk. I sort of know what I'm talking about. So hopefully you guys can get something from this and what I have to say today. And it also just goes to show, if you have a look closely, I went from 0 revenue basically for the first 6 to 7 months, and then I worked my way up, didn't give up, didn't quit. Quitting wasn't an option for me. I lost money, I lost my social life, I sold my PlayStation, all those sort of things we get into today. But this is basically just to show that, it is possible. I'm just a normal guy from Perth, I have a uni degree, studying, work part-time, so anything is possible. So how did my journey with e-commerce start? Now, it's actually pretty funny, pretty interesting. I started off by DMing Teddy Briggs from Love Island. You guys probably know this guy. He's actually a good guy, so I DM'd him the word penthouse, and then, we talked for a bit, and he tried to sell me his course. I ended up not buying his course. Nevertheless, his information was great. It really motivated me and told me how the business model works. So thanks, Teddy, and next time you go on Love Island, be sure not to invite me because I got a girlfriend. Anyways, so this catch up I did with Teddy happened on the 28th of February 2020, and this is just before virus really hit Australia. So I really took advantage of this time where we're all in lockdown, things were slow, we weren't really going out with our friends, weren't socializing. I took this time to really develop my skills on e-commerce, and I just knew this was for me. So I learned really hard, and then on the 18th of May 2020, had my first mentor. The best investment I have ever made in my life. Like, in terms of investing in general, I don't think I've ever invested anything better than a mentorship with my mentor. So it was absolutely great. But during that time, between the 18th of May and now, I failed about 8 times at a few stores, at home niche store, a sport niche store, a kitchen niche store, all these niches that I tried out that didn't really work, but I'm lucky to have found a winning product now, and my store, is close to doing 6 figures, which is absolutely amazing. Now, before we dig deeper, I just want to explain why you should not sleep on e-commerce and why you should definitely get into this like today, guys. Take some notes in this video, get motivated, do that, mental manifestation of success, and do not sleep on this. The reason why is because you can start a legit business with really minimal and low risk costs. if you were to start a brick and mortar business, let's say you want to open up a store down anywhere in the shopping mall, that's going to cost you upfront costs. You got your overheads, you got your fees, your authority fees, your legal fees. You got so much money that's coming out straight away before you even see any revenue and profit. You might not even see profit for the first 5 to 10 years. Some businesses flop in the first year. So e-commerce is a really good way to get started with zero upfront cost and no risk. And you enjoy having passive income, guys. Like, I'm not trying to flex, and this whole video is not me trying to flex, but I have woken up to making money in my sleep. I've woken up and I've been like, oh, I don't even really need to go to work today. Obviously in the long run I do, but today I've made my works day of money. So you can make passive income, guys, and it's insane when you see the results. The other thing is there's a lot of money to be made in this game. E-commerce is the way to go. I don't care if you believe it or not, but it just is. If you see all the stores that are closing down, and during lockdown, everything stopped by e-commerce. So that's saying something going into the future. Another reason is that e-commerce is not that hard. All you need is knowledge. Now, if you remember that guy, Ty, I think that's his name is like here in my garage, got this Lamborghini here. He's an OG. He's the OG e-commerce god legend. Knowledge is everything. So learn as much as you can. That spare hour, 2 hours that you have after work, even driving to work, put a podcast on and just learn something new that can make you money. Now, a really, really common question I got on my Instagram was, do I need a mentor? Now, this question is a little bit hard to answer. There are some great areas, so I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can and to my own experience. I believe in 2021, most knowledge that you need to know about doing anything is online. You can go on YouTube and learn to be a doctor. Obviously, that's exaggerated, but everything you need to know is on Google, is on Facebook. You can ask everyone on Facebook groups and things like that. So I think in terms of getting a mentor, learn what you can free, then get a mentor. My general advice is to learn as much as you can for free, then get a mentor. Good rule of thumb is the 80-20. So learn about 80% of your knowledge, you can get it for free. And I'm not even kidding. You can get 80% of knowledge about e-commerce online for free. And then the rest of 20% is those skills that you need and the things that set you apart from people who don't have a mentor. So that's when you can engage a mentor and say, hey, look, I've been researching e-commerce for the last month and a half. I've done this, but I really need help with this because I just don't know the knowledge and it's not really available online. So that's when it's the time to get a mentor. Otherwise, do your due diligence, guys. Learn for free because who doesn't love free stuff, right? I left this quote in there. At the end of the day, you can lead a horse to water hole, but you can't make the horse drink it. Similarly with a mentor, you can get a mentor today and they can show you everything that you need to know, but it's all up to you guys. When that conversation ends, when the call ends, when the mentorship ends, it's all up to you to make that difference and to make that wave and change. All right, the second most common question I get on my Instagram is it hard? Now, this question, it's a question that I used to ask. If it wasn't hard, then why isn't everyone doing it? Like if it wasn't hard being Elon Musk, then why isn't everyone Elon Musk? Why isn't everyone Jeff Bezos sort of thing? So is it hard? Yes. Is it impossible? Absolutely not. You can do it if you put your willpower to it, if you put your mental to it. It is 100% achieved. And that's what people have to understand. Things are hard. Life is hard, but the part of the process is just working hard as well, working harder than life to achieve success. So I guess the short answer is if you're really dwelling upon this question, let me give you a scenario and example. I could give you all my ads, my strategy, my straw, my product, and you'd still find it hard. So that's what you have to really gauge is, yes, it's hard, but you have to put in the effort and you have to put in the hard yards for you to be able to achieve success. And that's across the board anywhere. And a big statement that I think e-commerce is 100% easier than learning high school. I mean, high school is about whatever many years it is. E-commerce, you can learn that in about a year. You can learn the skills that you need to make money online in about a year. So high school is definitely harder in my opinion than e-commerce. So that's sort of the gauge. Another example that I have for you guys is take a university degree, for example. It takes 3 to 4 years to complete and you master a skill, you get average salary or whatever you get for that degree. Then you ask yourself, is that hard? Obviously, you're going to uni for 4 years. No one's going to doubt that. It's pretty hard to go to uni. But for some reason, when people mention e-commerce, like, whoa, I can go to uni for 4 years, but I can't do e-commerce because that's way too hard. And the thing why I love e-commerce so much is that passive income. Like with a normal job, like, uni degree job, if you work 8 hours, you spend 8 hours, you're going to get 8 hours of pay and that's it. You're not going to get paid for free. But with e-commerce, you can literally work 4 hours a day, 1 hour a day and get paid for 16 hours relevance of what you would get in a, normal degree job. So that's the beauty of e-commerce. And I know this is a bold statement, but sometimes I've been in situations where I haven't even touched my ads. I literally forgot about e-commerce e-commerce for that day because it was my birthday or Christmas or whatever, and I still, made more money than I would at work. So it is awesome, guys. That's all I gotta say. Another common question that I get asked on my Instagram is, what do I sell now? I can't tell you what I sell, guys, unfortunately. That's just not the name of this game. It wouldn't make sense if I told everyone what I sold and everyone started selling it, because that just increases my competition. What I will give you knowledge about the product researching tools and methods that I use to find winning products. So you can try Ecom Hunt, which basically has the top sold products from AliExpress, and I personally recommend DropPoint as being one of the best product researching tools in the world. In a short sentence, all it does is basically scans all the ads on Facebook, and then you can have a look, and through that you can see how long has this person been running ads for, are they profitable, because no one runs ads if they're not profitable. So you can sort of do your own product research at DropPoint, and I think it's absolutely amazing. Another one's eSniper, Dropship Rabbit, and another one that not a lot of people really take advantage of is Facebook. Now, everyone gets Facebook ads. I think every 5 scrolls you get an advertisement on Facebook. Those guys who are advertising their products, they're making money most likely from dropshipping. So take notes of the products that you're seeing on your phone, on your laptop, whenever you're on Facebook, and they might as well be your next winning product. You never know. So definitely keep an eye on those things on Facebook. Now, another common question that I get on my Instagram is what helped me get success and what helped me through this stage to get to where I am today. And I'm a strong believer of everything's mental. I think success comes mentally before it comes physically. If you believe that you're going to be successful at something, then you're more than likely to be successful than someone who doesn't believe it. If I didn't have a strong mental strength during this process, I would have gave up a long time ago. And this is similar for a lot of people who try to achieve success in things that's never been done before, in their friend groups or in their families, or they have really ambitious ideas, but their mental strength just isn't strong enough. And that means that they get all these ideas, but soon after they literally tell them it was the worst idea they've ever made, and they're stupid for even thinking it. So mental strength is really important. And I suggest you guys, if you're really looking serious into e-commerce, invest in your mental strength as much as anything else. Another thing is, I believed in myself that I was gonna, somehow be successful in e-commerce with some sort, and I'm not talking, I'm an absolute millionaire, guys. Like, I'm just talking, I've had some sort of success, and it was through me believing in myself. It was also through my girlfriend believing in me. So when you think your ideas are insane, and for some reason someone else, your partner believes in your ideas and believes in you as well, that is just boom. That's a recipe for absolute success, because you might have an idea and you think it's absolutely insane. You know what your friends are going to say about it. Your friends are going to call you stupid, whatever, and then someone else, like your girlfriend, believes in you. And my girlfriend's really believed in me throughout the start and to the very end, and that's just really been an anchor and a sail for me to keep going. And yes, it's complete insanity, and I know she thought, this guy's insane, what's e-commerce, what's he talking about, he's going to lose a lot of money here, but screw it, I'll support him anyways. And through that, it really kept my mental game strong, and I've been able to achieve what I have, not only because of myself, but I do owe a lot of my success to her. Another thing, guys, e-commerce can be a lonely world. Now, some of your friends will not take you seriously. It's not because they're ignorant, it's not because they're your friend, but no one else really does this, especially in Australia. If you're trying to do something new, it's just very cool and very common for people just to be against it, because that's just how humanity works. Let's say you have a new idea, more people are going to say, what new idea? That sucks, don't even try it. There's only a few percentage of people that really, are at that sort of level, on that wavelength, that do understand what you're trying to do. And that's really with anything, guys. If you want to start, let's say you want to start a small clothing store, or you want to start, labeling business, a lot of your friends, a lot of people are not close friends, obviously will support you to the death, but a lot of people will just say, why are you doing that? It's a waste of time, do this instead. So that's just the name of the game. That's just humanity. You got to have a strong mental strength. Another thing that I did, I sold my PS4 8 months ago. Now, this removed so much distraction and so much time that was being consumed playing Fortnite, playing Call of Duty, and I sold it, sold my monitor, and upgraded to this monitor, and everything from then on was about e-commerce. Another thing is, I deleted TikTok. Now, TikTok was consuming about 4 to 8 hours of my time, and I'm still very shocked to see that it still consumes some of you guys' time 4 to 8 hours a day, which is absolutely ridiculous. Get rid of TikTok, or if you're going to use it for e-commerce and product researching purposes only. You can still have a bit of fun, but guys, 6 to 8 hours a day on TikTok is easily achievable, and it's just ridiculously embarrassing as well. Another thing that I do, I guess I took advantage of the fact that I got to drive about an hour and a half work. So during this time, I listened to podcasts. I listened to Kevin Hart, Joe Rogan, ecomking. He's a YouTuber that does e-commerce. He's helped me out a lot, in terms of understanding how e-commerce and the story he went through really motivated me. YouTube videos, podcasts, and there's so much content on there that you can listen to on YouTube, and ebooks and stuff like that. That's what I did, and it's helped me out a lot. The fourth thing that I did, every video on my YouTube, when I was eating, when I was taking a dump in the toilet, I was watching e-commerce, nothing else. I was super interested into it. So when you're doing things like when you're eating, when you're in the toilet, or when you're brushing your teeth, or when you've just woken up this morning, stop watching those cooking videos, stop watching those like Indian guys that build houses and stuff, and it's really entertaining and it's like an hour long and it's sick. Stop watching that, watch e-commerce instead. And I'm completely sorry if they're not Indian, but stop watching that, watch e-commerce instead. The fifth was giving up for me was not an option. Like I went past the point where I was like, if I give up, I've already lost money. I'm gonna lose that money, I'm never gonna see it again. If I keep going though, I might be able to make this up. Now, this isn't a gambling strategy because e-commerce is not gambling. If you do it right, if you do it correctly, you will be successful eventually. The sixth thing is I had to realize that not many people are gonna support the idea. Not many people are gonna be fond of what I have to say. And this isn't a dig at everyone. This is literally me. If I go up to a random person and say, hey, I want to sell this, they will give me 50 reasons why not to sell that product, even if I don't ask their opinion. And you can test this out for yourself. I've tested out to a lot of people and it simply amazes me. I always say, they'll say, what are you going to sell next? Or what are you going to do next? I'm like, oh, I might try this out. And they're like, nah, that won't work. Nah, no one's really, I'm like, nah. That's literally the answer all the time. So I've really learned that people just like being negative sometimes. That's just the reality. So I've learned to listen to people that are going to support me. So, you know, when my girlfriend says no, I know it's a no. And when she says yes, then it's awesome. So, I only listen to people that I know that are going to be supportive and support my ideas without just saying nah. Another thing that helped me, list down your goals, list down things you have to achieve daily, monthly, yearly, and make sure you achieve those goals. Go back after that time frame you set for yourself and tick it off and make sure that you've completed all your goals, because I looked at my book that I set on my goals and I ticked off, not even joking, about 98% of my goals. My goal that I set last year to achieve this year was to have a private label brand, and I'm definitely going towards that way. So I'm really excited. This year is going to be absolutely massive. Can't wait for Q4. Going to absolutely smash it. Number 8, have goals, guys. Whatever your goals are, whatever you want to start, you got to realize if no one did things in the past, then things in the future wouldn't exist. So don't turn things down straight away. Really just go for it and try it out. And especially for people that are, you know, in their 20s, you have nothing to lose. Once you start having kids in the house, then, you know, you're a lot more conservative about your ideas. But, you know, if you're in your 20s, early 30s and stuff like that, and you don't have many liabilities yet, and, you know, you can't afford to get fired because you literally lose your house, then you're a bit restricted. But if you're 20s, you live at home, get into it. Get into whatever idea you've ever had. If you lose $1,000, it does not matter. You make that $1,000 the next 2 weeks. So go for your ideas, go for your goals, smash it, whatever you've wanted to do, whether it's real estate, investing, e-commerce, starting up that side hustle, starting a labeling hustle, starting a print on demand, do it. I urge you to just try it. If you fail, then you know it doesn't work, then you try it again for the next thing that's going to work. Now, this is a little bit of a dig. A lot of people say, I don't have enough time. And by the way, you've got plenty of time. I've done a little quick calculation. My maths might be wrong. I'm not the most literate person. Literate person. I've learned that a lot. There's going to be spelling mistakes in these videos. Count them out for me. Be my guest. I don't really care. Anyways, Monday to Friday is about 120 hours. If you sleep 8 hours a day, which no one does, I get about 6 hours a day average, if I'm lucky. So that's 40 hours a week of sleeping, and this is Monday to Friday, so 5 days. 40 hours of working, driving to and from work takes about an hour, so times 5 hours. Gym, sports, and training, not everyone trains, so it's about another 4 hours. That's 89 hours that you have from the 120. So during the week, Monday to Friday, you have 31 hours free. Now, you can come and tell me I don't have time. That 31 hours doesn't include eating and brushing my teeth. Take 5 hours from that for all that sort of stuff. You still got 26 hours. What are you going to do in those 26 hours? You can really use those 26 hours to change your life and start learning new skills, right? So you have enough time. No more complaints. Check your screen time. Check your YouTube. Check your TikTok. Delete TikTok. Check your Netflix, Instagram, all those things. You've got enough time. I can assure you that. What is my advice at the end of it? If you want to succeed in e-commerce, or generally in your mental strength and just developing that mental game to go forward with your ideas, get a diary, write down all your notes, write down your goals, write down your ambitions. Just because when you have an idea and you leave it in your head, it either goes away before you get home, or you start automatically telling yourself that was the worst idea in the world. This happens all the time, even to myself till this day. I have an idea, and by the time I've got home, I've already told myself 20 other reasons why that was the worst idea in the world, right? Even something like e-commerce. When I first started about e-commerce was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I told myself, you're stupid. That's the worst idea you can ever have. You're gonna lose so much money. You don't know what to buy. You know, no one's gonna buy from China. All this sort of stuff. So write down, act on your ideas, and just get it, make it happen. All I gotta say. The second one is make a start. Now, making a start doesn't have to be pull out $15,000 from your bank. Start sending that email. Start worrying about that course. Start watching that YouTube video. Start reading that book. Start investigating about the ideas and the things that are gonna help help you with what you're thinking about, right? You might think about, you want to start a store, you want to start, labeling business, you want to start a t-shirt business. Start by finding someone on YouTube who does the exact same thing. Start by following. Starting can be as simple as following people on Instagram that have similar interests in what you're interested in, and that's making a start. So do it today. It doesn't cost anything. It's absolutely free. Like I said, I'm not asking you to pull out 15 grand from your bank account and just go spend it. Start small, but make a start. Now, you really have to check yourself. So even I still have struggles with this. I'm a little bit better. I've learned my habits and my weaknesses and things like that. But every now and then you got to check yourself and say, really, do I have time this week? What have I done this week? Was this week a waste more than last week and things like that? So this can include TikTok, PlayStation, Netflix. Stop watching people make money. Whenever you watch something on TikTok or YouTube or Netflix, you're watching people make money. So instead of watching people make money, why don't you just go ahead and do something that's eventually going to make you money, right? Another thing that I touched on earlier is don't listen to anyone except your selling anchors. If you know that someone's going to turn down your idea, don't even tell them. If you want to start an Instagram page, if you want to start, an OnlyFans page, whatever you want to do, right? Not condoning that behavior, guys. Keep it real around here. But if you want to start anything, don't tell people that you know are going to be negative about it, because negative vibes do have an effect. It's all about vibes. Quite simply, you shouldn't really be hanging out with people that are not going to be supportive and things like that anyways. Last but not least is self-awareness. Now, this is one of the most important things, and it's so hard for people to realize where they are in comparison to where they think they are or where they should be. So what I did during my journey is I wrote down every weakness that I had, and during that week I would say, okay, I'm going to work on that. And for example, one of the weaknesses I had was something as small as keeping my room clean. It might sound stupid, but for me personally, if I'm not in like a neat, organized workspace, I'm already not organized as it is. It just makes it worse, right? It makes it rolling effects. I start throwing things on the ground. I lose that pen that I need to write the notes for e-commerce, and I can't find the batteries for my charger that I need for my laptop that I need for, it's just a roll-on effect. So something as simple as me keeping my room clean has made an absolute big impact on just my general organization and how I've gone about with e-commerce. So learn about yourself, perfect yourself, learn about your weaknesses, your strengths, and find out what you can do to improve yourself anyways. And this doesn't have to have anything to do with e-commerce. You can literally just want to improve yourself, because self-improvement is awesome. And if you can make yourself better, I'm not saying you're not perfect, no one's perfect, but if you can improve it on yourself and your skills, then you're just a better person in general. Now, this is for you guys that are wondering, I've just watched this guy's video, he's wasted all my time, it's not even been that entertaining. What's e-commerce? I do not care, because I don't need it and it's a waste of money. Think about it like this. All you need from e-commerce is $60 profit per day, and if you do 60 times 7, that's around $420. If I've done my maths right, I could be wrong, calm down, it's all good. But that's literally enough to pay off a mortgage per week for not really doing anything. So if that doesn't convince you enough, then I don't know what will. Now, that's about it for me, guys. I had to leave this quote here because a lot of you guys, or some of you guys, might be really interested. You're going to start that store, get that email address, get that custom content, start advertising on Facebook, and then give a customer absolute The reason why I left this quote, guys, is you still have to do your due diligence in making sure the customer has the best experience, and that ultimately when they land on your product page or your website, they have to be like, I want this now and I don't have a second to spare. Where is my credit card? Cha-ching. Because almost 99% of my transaction e-commerce happened within the first sort of 5 minutes. So people just saw my product, went to my webpage, saw my product, saw my offer and said, nah, credit card is out. I'm ready to buy it. Bought now. So if you don't have a good store, and if you're not doing all these due diligence things that you've got to do to make sure the customer has the best sort of experience, then they won't buy it. So don't go out there and start selling people crap. Long story short, do your due diligence, guys. Make sure it's a good store. Now, before I keep rambling, thanks everyone for listening. If you made it to this part of the video, then you're a legend. You're one step closer to ecom success. And to make yourself even 2 steps closer, smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. I'm going to try to do these videos weekly. So hopefully you guys got a good understanding and a good knowledge, and hope you guys enjoy this video, and let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And yeah, that's it. Peace, guys.